The cream really did rise to the top. The Panthers way too good for the Melbourne Storm, and the Broncos very much the same over the New Zealand Warriors, and this sets up to be one for the ages. The two best teams in the competition throughout 2023 meet Grand Final day, and what an epic battle it should be. Let's bring the journos straight in. Buzz Rothfield and Brent Reid. It is what we expected. We spoke about maybe possible upsets, but they were just way too good, both of these teams.
Far too good. Couple of blowout score lines, but what kept me interested was the beautiful attacking skill of two great rugby league sides. It'll be an epic grand final. I was saying to Reedy before, this is the 45th grand final I've covered as a journo, and the excitement about seeing the Walshes, the Edwardses, the Clearys, mate, it's up there with anything I've seen.
45 grand finals, Buzz.
Long time,
What's
mate.
your favourite, Buzz?
Cronulla 2016. Yeah,
It was a loaded question.
the other grand final I loved, my favourite, was probably Darren Albert, the Newcastle try, Joey going down the blind, Albert scoring, probably saved the ARL in the Super League ball.
You're doing well for 45 grand finals, Buzz. What about
I'm
you,
doing
Reedy?
best.
Well, I mean, I was at the Broncos' first ever game in '88. Been a long time Brisbane fan, so to see them come back and do what they've done this year, Reece Walsh play the way he has, I mean, it's been a great journey.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully they get there and win at the end, but if they don't, you know, they've rebuilt the club. Kevy's rebuilt the club, and they're on the up.
The Kevolution, they call it.
The Kevolution,
Kevy,
man.
what an impact he's had. Again, we've spoken about it throughout the season and the improvement in the Broncos and in Kev and what he's been able to do up there in Brisbane and get that dynasty back. That you know, he was obviously involved in it at one point, but now he's been able to bring it to these players and just get something out of them that no one has been able to do for a long period of time, Gordy, and he produced again in the prelim.
Well, when I used to play against Brisbane, I thought they were cocky and arrogant. And when I went there, it was the hardest working group of men that I've seen, and it was confidence. And then, you know, you can mistake that. And I reckon Kevy putting that bit of DNA, and people were whinging that they were training too hard, but look at the rewards that they've got, because you've got to work really hard. And, you know, I said, I think this is the best team that I've seen, and I know that they won in 06. I reckon this team would be close to beating that. And there was Webke and Lockyer in that team. And I think, well, you got Reece Walsh, I think, can go down as one of the greatest Broncos. You got Selwyn Cobbo, that could probably go down, and you got probably the best number 13, and then Glenn Lazarus said that Payne Haas is equal with him now. So there's four really good players in this organisation.
Yeah, no, I agree. That middle with Carrigan and Flegler and Haas, they destroyed the Warriors. They kept adding Fanua Blake in check, who'd been the form front rower.
Yeah.
And I know Penrith have got the Fisher Harrises and the Isaiah Yos, and I don't think they'll beat the Broncos in the middle of the football field. That's how strong they are.
Well, they've got plenty of striking the edges too, Brisbane, and Reece Walsh, obviously the dynamism of Reece Walsh, but Adam Reynolds is the guy who he's the glue that brings it all together, right? And, you know, he's been the best signing they've made. We've talked about over and over again how important he's been for them. He's just brought it all together, knitted it all together, and he makes it all tick. And it's a huge game for him.
The mobility, the speed, the athleticism, they've got it all, the Broncos, and so do the Panthers. If they win this weekend, are they the best team of the modern era?
Well, I rated them in the Telegraph this morning against the last three-peat side, 1983, which had Sterling, Kenny, Cronin, Ella, Growth, but I still had Penrith on top, because Penrith have a much stronger forward pack than what Parramatta had in those years. Yeah, so I'd say they are.
I think they're already the best team of the NRL era since '98. You know, 4 grand finals in a row. To do what they've done, play the way they have, and they've had turnover of staff during that period. They've lost players consistently, and they've stayed. I tell you, and I reckon Ivan Cleary now deserves to be mentioned in the same breath as the Bellamy's and Trent Robinson of the game. Maybe not Wayne yet, but certainly the Bellamy's and Trent Robinsons of the world. I mean, Ivan's in that class now.
It's a good point, because his name doesn't come up amongst those coaches ever.
Well, 3 years ago we were talking about him as the new Brian Smith.
You know, 5 years ago we were saying he was too tired.
Yeah.
You or
No, the coach was.
No, you said that, did you?
No, I did not. You know who said it.
But
you know who
sacked
him.
Who said it?
Phil Gould said he was too tired. Well, he did.
Yeah, I just.
But he deserves to be in that.
And then he signed Anthony Griffin. Then he sacked Anthony Griffin. And then the club.
You're the best.
He deserves to be in that.
True.
Yeah, I know.
He deserves to be in that conversation, though, Braith. To do what he has done the past 4 or 5 years with this squad to build them up the
Outstanding,
way he's
Reedy.
built them up. If he wins 3 titles in a row, Craig hasn't done that. Robbo hasn't done that. You know, he deserves to be ranked
does.
alongside those guys.
Are the Panthers polarising? Because obviously everyone likes to go for an underdog, right? And they've won 2 years in a row. This kind of does happen in any sport when a side dominates for a long period of time. You get the feeling everyone's kind of going for Brisbane. If you're not a Penrith fan, obviously, this week. What is it with the Panthers? Are they polarising or...?
Not in my. I enjoy watching them play footy. As I
They're
said-
Buzz, come on.
No, but
They're
you've
polarising.
asked me for my opinion. Do I?
Yeah, but I didn't ask you if you enjoy watching them play footy.
Yeah.
Everyone enjoys watching them play footy.
Well, there's your answer. They're not polarising. We all enjoy them.
Okay.
You cannot not
No,
enjoy
you said
them.
we. No, not we all.
Rudy, you disagree, obviously.
No, I think
That's
they're
your
polarising,
opinion.
yeah.
You
Well,
enjoy
why
them,
are
not
they
we.
polarising?
Because sometimes they go a bit too far and they carry
Where?
on
How?
a bit.
How?
On the field, off the field, we've seen it. I mean, I love Jerome Luai. I think he's one of the great entertainers in our game, but we know Jerome's polarised people. I think they've got guys in the team who are polarising. And the team is polarising. There's a swagger about them and arrogance. And you need
And there's
that.
entitled
you need
to be
that
one. They're the best.
I'm not disputing
They're the best.
I'm not
So that
disputing
means
Clearly
it's
the best.
But it
polarising.
polarises people, Buzz.
I don't find them. I don't believe that they are. I think they're a popular football side. I really do.
There's no
I think-
doubt they're popular because they win. Everybody loves a winner, but they do polarise people. When Luai stands over someone when he's
if
knocked
that's
out,
what
and
you
he's
want to
got-
think, I disagree. I'm sorry.
I think they're
Okay,
polarising.
so next time, right, so then if someone knocks out a Cronulla bloke and he stands over, don't write anything. If he stands over it. But seriously, so you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Look,
Whether they're polarising or not, that is what makes them.
Yes.
That's their DNA.
Absolutely.
That's what makes them different to everyone else. That's what has created this close bond because they're all on the same page.
the West versus the rest.
But you either love it or hate it.
Exactly.
Bro.
I
You love it or hate
agree,
it.
but I'm just saying.
So do you
I-
hate it?
No, I love
No,
it.
but,
do you?
But there are a lot of people who hate
that's
it,
what
Buzz.
they want. They like
Go on
you
social
to-
media, Buzz. You've got 100,000 followers. 50,000 are robots, but you've got 100,000.
I checked, he only had 500 Instagram followers. He said he had 90,000.
Can we get back to the grand final?
So
I love Penrith. I really do. I love watching them play. Crichton in the centre is the most wonderful athlete.
Well, the kids,
He
right?
bashes blokes too
Yeah.
in D. I love Dylan Edwards. Cleary, I argued with you guys when I said he should be in the same conversation as Joey and Thurston, and you both shot me down. He had a 10 out of 10 game the other night. He's a sick. He did shoot me
Buzz,
down.
I'll
Buzz.
let Gordy take
Hey,
over here.
Yeah.
Buzz, right? I had a Gordon Tallis Cup. There was 1,300 kids. They were talking about Reece Walsh. He hasn't won a grand final. If they were so popular, every kid wants to be the best player. When I was
They're
a kid, I wanted.
Queenslanders, mate.
Hold on,
They're
I wanted to be one of those. No,
Queenslanders.
no. You always want to be the best player, mate. I love Bradley Clyde. He wasn't a Queenslander, let me tell you. I love Laurie Dowley. He wasn't a Queenslander. You love the best players with the best image that do the best for the game. It's just simple as that. It's just common
Look,
sense.
I agree.
So I'm just
Reece
up there
Walsh
and
has
the
got
kids.
the loss, and I'm
So
not
the
surprised,
future of the
Gordon.
game, love Reece Walsh.
You don't think kids run around the park in Western Sydney and try and
Not
emulate?
sure.
Cleary.
I wasn't
Young
out
Of
there.
Cleary?
course they do.
Well, there you go.
We didn't shut you down. You said it amongst the greats of the game. All we said is that the greats of the game have dominated on every level.
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
hasn't quite
Yeah.
done that yet. That's all. He's an amazing
He's
player.
a great player.
Yeah.
You'll be with me next Monday night if he wins 3 straight comps.
Absolutely. He'll be like Peter Sterling, winning 3 straight comps.
Okay.